Hello and welcome back to Pets Aplenty. If you're new to this channel, then don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more amazing videos. Shockingly bloodthirsty birds. Alfred Hitchcock did not know his birds very well. Otherwise, he would not have used mere crows and gulls in his horror movie. The truly terrible birds that stalk the world's continents and remote islands are among the creepiest and most disturbing creatures. We follow these feathered stalkers which inspired the ancient religious texts, folklore warnings, and the demons of many religions. And here are the 10 shockingly creepy and bloodthirsty birds. Number 10. Great White Pelican. There are more than half a dozen species of pelicans, but all of them have the famous throat punch for which the birds are best known. These large birds, with a height of 6 feet and weight of 30 pounds, use their elastic pouches to catch fish, though different species use it in different ways. Great white pelicans roam the coasts of Eurasia, filling their multi-gallon bills with fish and other sea life. However, there are a few limits to the pelican's ability to swallow prey whole, and rather surprisingly larger animals may be targeted. Recently, a great white pelican was filmed at a London park, capturing a live pigeon in its massive jaws before swallowing the bird alive. Not many avians are capable of simply swallowing another bird whole. How much carnage occurs on the world's waters, out of sight of human observers. Number 9. Vulturine Guinea Fowl. A game bird prevalent to Africa, the Vulturine Guinea Fowl can be found primarily in the continent's northeast. They congregate in large flocks of a dozen or more, often scratching the ground. The diet is of seeds and small bugs like ticks, flies, and locusts, and they can go without drinking water for extended periods of time, getting their moisture from food. Vulturine Guinea Fowl are extraordinarily creepy game birds. These highly aggressive, sharp-beaked ground stalkers hunt in groups and capture and kill small animals. It is their appearance that is the most horrifying. However, vulturines have dark plumage from which emerges a snake-like neck. On top is a nearly featherless head from which several accent feathers stick out. The bright red, staring eyes add to the awful appearance. To resolve territorial disputes, the males of this primitive bird species lash out with sharp spurs and slash opponents with their sharp bills. Number 8. Anhinga. Anhingas are kind of like the platypuses of the bird world. They have a snake for a neck, a long bill like a heron, a long tail like a turkey, short legs like a duck, and soaring wings like a vulture. And they swim. Anhingas look weird because they are weird. They live in southern swamps, mostly in Central and South America, but also in Florida and the southeast coast of the United States. They are good flyers, able to soar for long distances, but they spend most of their time underwater stalking fish. That's right, stalking. Anhingas do not swim quickly like loons or most diving birds. They ambush prey in the vegetation-rich waters by spearing them with their bill. They hold their bill slightly open when attacking, so they get 2 punctures unless the prey is very small. To add to the creepy factor, these strange water birds are all black, make weird growling calls, and can sink silently into view before disappearing underwater. The creatures have inspired much superstition and folklore with their disconcerting appearance and mysterious habits. To assist in diving, the bird's plumage is not fully waterproof. The birds can occasionally be seen emerging from the swamp to dry off. Number 7. Hood Mockingbird. It is prevalent to Española Island in the Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. The species has a long, thin beak used for tapping into the eggs of seabirds. The species has the largest bill of any of the Galapagos mockingbirds. The species has an omnivorous diet but is mainly a predator or scavenger. They will eat the eggs of seabirds nesting on the island, as well as from dead animals and kills made by other predators such as the Galapagos hawk. The bird is extremely aggressive, curious, and has no fear of humans whatsoever. The bird will chase after tourists in search of food, drink, or any unusual object. In some cases, the species will attempt to steal water from tourists by pecking at their water bottles. Number 6. Vampire finch. The Galapagos Islands are home to some famously unusual animals, but did you know that one of these famous animals is a real-life vampire? The deadly Galapagos vampire finch! But why would an innocent-looking finch evolve to drink blood? You may already have heard of the Galapagos finches, as they are famous for helping Charles Darwin understand how evolution happens by natural selection. Today, around 15 finch species are found on different islands in the Galapagos, but Darwin realized that in the past only one species of finch must have originally arrived at the Galapagos. As this original ancestor species spread across the islands, it evolved into the 15 descendant species as the finches became adapted to the slightly different habitats they found on each island. So what was it about the vampire finch's habitat that caused them to evolve to drink blood? One way in which the finch species in the Galapagos have adapted to different habitats is in the size and shape of their beaks. Some finches feed on hard nuts and seeds and have evolved short, powerful beaks to help them crack nuts. Other finches feed on insects and have evolved longer, sharper beaks that allow them to nimbly target scurrying prey. The vampire finch has a sharp beak as it evolved to mostly eat insects, including parasites that live on other, larger birds. Vampire finches are found on the Wolf and Darwin Islands, which are dry and don't have much water. So scientists think that the vampire finch evolved to drink blood as a way to quench their thirst, and that it was a small evolutionary step from landing on larger birds and using their sharp beaks to peck at parasites, to pecking the larger birds to create cuts, and then drinking their blood. A gruesome behavior, but a beautiful evolutionary adaptation. Number 5. Greater Honeyguide. Honeyguides are brood parasites, cheats of the bird world that exploit the parental care of other birds to raise their young. Cuckoos are well-known examples, but parasitic behavior has separately evolved in several other groups of birds too. But that's not all. Honeyguides have a much darker side. As unusually brutal litter parasite, honeyguides hatch from the egg already equipped with a pair of needle-sharp hooks at the tips of their beaks. It has long been inferred that they use these to kill the chicks of their hosts, since maimed young have been found along with honeyguide chicks, but this behavior had never been observed under natural conditions in nests. The killing behavior is actually the culmination of a sequence of specialized adaptations that ensure that the young honeyguide has sole access to the food the host parents bring to the nest. Said Dr. Spottiswoode, host parents are apparently carelessly unaware of what is happening, and in the darkness of their burrows even attempted to feed a honeyguide chick busy attacking their own young. The researchers also filmed one instance of the honeyguide biting its foster parent by accident. By the time the honeyguide emerges from the burrow after about a month of assiduous care by its foster parents, however, its bill hook has grown out and there is no trace of its bloodthirsty beginnings. This behavior is equivalent to that of young cuckoos, which hoist eggs or chicks onto their backs and tip them climb over the rim of the nest and out of the nest. But because Honeyguide hosts breed in tree holes or underground burrows, Honeyguides can't eject host chicks and have instead evolved this highly effective killing behavior to make sure that they alone dominate the nest. Number 4. African Crowned Eagle. The most powerful eagle in Africa. Their legs are thick and they have a very long talon on each back toe that helps them kill animals more than 4 times their size. Crowned eagles live in the tall woodland forests and rainforests of Africa. As the most powerful eagle in Africa, the crowned eagle is able to kill animals weighing up to 44 pounds. The eagle's long hind talon helps break the prey's spine. A favorite method of hunting is to sit in a tree overlooking a water hole or clearing and then simply drop down onto the prey. It can swoop after prey in the air at 100 miles per hour, yet break to a halt within 20 feet. When hunting monkeys, a crowned eagle flies over the forest canopy until a troop of monkeys can be heard. The eagle lands on a branch and tries to get as close as possible to the monkeys without being seen before attacking. Crowned eagles also eat small antelope, feral cats, rats, monitor lizards, and snakes. In another case, a small human skull was discovered in a crowned eagle's nest. Number 3. Great Gray Shrike. It's no secret that shrikes are formidable predators. The grayscale songbirds of the open country might look as harmless as mockingbirds, but these black-masked butcherbirds, as they're known, pack more fierceness ounce for ounce than any other bird in the country. The 9-inch carnivores catch and kill a wide variety of prey: grasshoppers, crickets, beetles, lizards, mice, frogs, and small birds. They grasp mice by the neck with their pointed beak, pinch the spinal cord to induce paralysis, and then vigorously shake their prey with enough force to break its neck. Once shrikes induce paralysis with a precise bite on the neck, they roll their heads rapidly to vigorously shake their prey. According to the researchers, this back and forth whipping motion generates accelerations of up to 6G, roughly the same amount of force felt by passengers on a high G roller coaster, or the whiplash experienced by victims of low-speed car crashes. This is more than enough force to snap the vertebrae of a large rat or break a mouse's neck, and it's all generated by the roll of a loggerhead shrike's head, a head-banging, prey-impaling death bird. You can't get much more heavy metal than that! Number 2. Antarctic Giant Petrel. Giant petrels are known to the old sealers as stinkers. The latter name came from their habit, quite common amongst seabirds, of vomiting on anyone or thing that approached them and seemed to impose a threat. The southern giant petrel, weighing up to 18 pounds with a wingspan of 7 feet, the ghastly giant petrel stalks the colonies of multiple penguin species. They spend much of their time scavenging and are always to be found where there is a dead seal or whale carcass. Entire adult penguins and the large young of huge emperor penguins are seized by this monstrous yellow-eyed marine bird with the appearance of gigantic gull or demonized albatross. Having no raptorial adaptations, this terrifyingly avian freak of nature conducts incredibly crude and brutal butchering in its attempt to live like an eagle, sometimes eating so much that after a couple of aborted takeoffs due to excessive baggage, the only remaining option is to be sick in order to lighten the load. What a stinker! Number 1. Marabou Stork. Picture a stork, snow white, elegant, sailing through the sky, carrying a bundle of joy. Now meet its shady cousin, the Marabou Stork, commonly known as the Undertaker bird in Africa due to its dark plumage and its love of flesh. With scabby spots on its face, disheveled feathers, and feces-covered feet, this stork is the last bird you want delivering your baby. In African folklore, this sickly-looking stork was created created by God out of leftover bird bits when he ran out of animal parts, leading to its awkward appearance. The birds are monstrously huge, standing 5 feet tall with a wingspan that's 10 feet. Although it typically maintains a deathly silence, the stork makes occasional grunts with its bib-like throat sac. Its head is bald, and it is a hotbed of disease, hosting a range of worm-like parasites. In the bird world, it would win no beauty contests. The Marabou Stork's diet is incredibly varied and incredibly unappetizing, ranging from crocodile young to trash to baby flamingos. It loves nothing more than hanging around landfills, harassing people for scraps, and has even been documented eating metal. In short, its palate is about as discriminating as a goat's. The storks are aggressive feeders, driving rival vultures out of their way, and even use wildfires to their advantage, treating fleeing animals as their own personal barbecue. Like demons straight out of Hades, they are actually drawn to forest fires so they can catch and eat the panicked animals fleeing from the flames. Alright, who's ready for a barbecue now? That's it for today's video. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we upload a new video. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.